It's cool. It's good to see all you guys again.
Make sure to mute your mics, everybody.
How did the quarterbacks look on day one?
Good, not great, but day one did a lot of good things. The install is kind of limited, so you don't have a lot of your best plays aren't in yet, and we have a really good defense. Our defense is good.
Anyone on the offense do anything to stand out in particular?
Yeah, Neil Pa'u's picked up right where he left off last year. He's a really good player. Tyler and Peeney look good, and Dallin Holker looks like he never left. Yep, good. Did a lot of good things.
In the observation period, you didn't see Puka and Sampson play. Did they compete at all in practice?
Yeah, they played the whole time. I don't know, maybe if they weren't in, it was just Fessie's choice. They played. They were both out there, and they bring a lot to our offense. Experience, toughness. Both of them had really good moments today. It's a good addition to our team.
How does it feel to be back as a Puritan practice?
It's fun, yeah. It's great to be back, but we're trying to keep that same edge we had a year ago when we were just practicing for days, not even knowing who we were playing. That's kind of our theme this year, is to keep that same edge, that same love for the game when we were just out there every day, just working to get better. Keep trying to stack a bunch of good days together and see what happens.
Have you been able to sense a new appreciation from the guys for this time right now because of what they went through last year and all of that?
I think so, but we're going to keep talking about that because we need to make sure we keep appreciating it, Yeah, because a year ago, it's a tough year for a lot of people. I mean, we made the most of it. We did a good job, I think, making the most of it, but we don't want to lose sight of that, of how precious every opportunity is, every rep of every day. Yeah, it's a gift, and we got to make the most of it.
So with the success that you had last year, how do you keep that momentum going, especially with a new quarterback?
All right, me too.
Trying to figure that out. We just need to continue to perform and practice at the same level we did a year ago. We have good players in this program. Our depth is better than it's been any time since I've been here. And even though the schedule is tougher, we've got good enough players to win those games, but it's just a matter of, like I was saying earlier, we have to continue to practice every day, with that chip on our shoulder that we've got something to prove. Because most people don't care what we did last year, it's no, for some people there's an asterisk by it, and for others it's just over now. It's time to move on, and so we got to keep that hunger, that chip on our shoulder to prove something,
You mentioned the depth, though. What position maybe do you feel is the deepest right now on day one?
We got a good tight end group, some good players in that group, and our receiver depth is the best it's been since I've been here. And then O-line wise, I really like. We've got a big group of guys. There's about 6 guys that have played a lot, that are proven players that I have a lot of faith in. And then after that, there's a lot of good guys to work with. We got to find out who those guys are, but the total number of them, it's higher than it's ever been too since I've been here. Like we've got 18 offensive linemen out there. That's a lot, and all of them have a chance to play here someday. So we have to figure out who's number 7, 8, 9 in that group. But the top 6 are really good. I don't expect any drop off there.
How much live action will you have the quarterbacks go through in camp, if at all, in terms of the contact?
None. They won't get tackled in camp. First time they get hit will be in the first game.
Does that concern you at all with Jared's history?
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, we can't change anything. We're just going to run our offense and play. And if he wins the job, then we'll just roll. But sure, and that's why we're going to practice smart. But we did the same thing last year, though. The QBs didn't get hit last year till the first game, and it was fine. And I've been on a lot of teams where that happens. I think that's not a critical thing unless you're, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal.
With this install, how many practices do you use to install what you want to do, and then where is the meat of the competition between these three? Is that next week or?
We'll have most of our offense in by middle of next week. We'll be close to the entire offense. So, yeah, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, it's almost all in. After that, it's just a play here, a play there, specialized situation stuff. So, I would say by middle of next week, we'll start to get a good idea of who everybody is. You know, we've got a lot of position battles. You know, who's the third running back, who's the fourth running back. Those are some interesting situations that are gonna be fun to watch.
You're in a new role technically. So you've been an offensive coordinator in the past, but how different is it today versus what it's been since you've been here?
Not that much different because all the coaches on our staff, we just kept everything the same as far as staff responsibilities. Everybody's doing the same thing that they did a year ago. And we miss Grimey. He was a great coach, but he was an extra. We had 6 on offense. And so because everyone's just doing their normal roles, it didn't feel much different than it's felt the last couple of years. So, now we have 5 and 5. Coach Clune on defense gave them one more coach. We have one less, but we're all doing the same responsibilities. So it just felt like another day of work.
Last couple questions.
What'd you do for the trade? What'd you do for the trade?
We got Al Papunu. That's what we got.
Kalani mentioned, back at media day that he wants to see the team consistently at their best every single snap, every single day. Where do you feel like the offense was at their best today, day one?
The team period there to end practice, I thought we had some good plays. They weren't all great, but for day one and the number of different lineups and different combinations that are in there, you got, in any given play, you might have 4 or 5 guys that really know what they're doing and 2 or 3 others that kind of don't. I thought there was a lot of good plays in that session there for a day one.
And of the newcomers on the offensive side, are they all here that you were expecting to show up, or are there still some guys you're waiting on?
Yes, everyone's here.
Aaron, at media day you talked about a timeline, kind of best case scenario, maybe mid fall camp. Is that still kind of what you're looking at after seeing all today?
Yeah, I think so. Middle of fall camp. If it goes a little longer, then it might, because it's going to be, the guys are good players. But that would be ideal. Just whoever's going to start the game, maybe has a week to 10 days to really know it's his and be ready for the game. That's the idea.
Aaron, where have you improved as a play caller, do you think, developed as a play caller from the first time you were officially an OC to present day, would you say?
I don't know. That's probably a better question for the people trying to defend us.
All right.
I have changed.